back and you're watching Beauties of Islam, and we've been talking about the beauty of the concept of God in Islam. And we started out by saying what Allah doesn't do, what He isn't. He isn't in His creation, He isn't like His creation. And what does He not do? He doesn't do anything that would make Him no longer be who He is. Now, He defines Himself. This is so interesting because many people, they're searching for God. They want to know, who is God? Where is God? How do I know? What's my purpose? Why did He create me? Many questions that we have. But now look what we find in the Quran. It's in chapter 2, verse 255. That would be Surah Baqarah, the chapter called the cow. And look it up if you like and see the meaning that's usually translated to be something like this. I give you the Arabic and slowly we'll examine the meaning of it. Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard man alladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'idhnihi ya'lamu ma bayna aydihim wa ma khalfahum wa la yuhituna bi shay'in min ilmihi illa bima sha'a وَاسِيَ كُرْسِيُهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلَا يَئُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. You cannot translate this to the English language word for word and really still get this beautiful meaning, but we're going to try anyway. Allah starts out telling you again, Allahu la ilaha illahu. He says Allah, He is the one that there's none other to worship. He's the only one worthy of any worship. Al-Hayy, Al-Qayyum. Al-Hayy means the eternally and always living. Al-Qayyum, the eternally and always self-subsisting. It means He can't die because He's always alive. And He doesn't ever need anything from His creation because He's totally independent of His creation. He doesn't need anything. These are two very important characteristics, and He is the epitome of those. These are eternal and total capacities that only Allah can have ascribed to Him. And then He continues and He says in here that He doesn't get tired, and He doesn't get sinatun wala nawm, and He doesn't sleep. These are human attributes. These are creation, things like animals and people, but not Allah. He doesn't get weary. He doesn't fall asleep. And look at this. And then He said, everything in the universe belongs to Him. Totally and completely. It all belongs to Him. Then He asked a rhetorical question. Who is there that could come between Him and His creation except that He has to give Him permission to do it anyway? And then He says that He has full and total knowledge of the whole entire universe. And you don't have any knowledge. I don't have any knowledge except what He gives us. And by the way, He can take it away from us too, can't He? Then He says that His kursi extends over the universe. His kursi. And this kursi is sometimes translated as chair. I'm sitting in a kursi right now. It's translated as chair, but actually it can be also like a stool. And this stool is in front of Allah's arsh, His throne, in the same way, in same size proportion as a ring thrown into the desert. This is to give you the idea of how huge and amazing is this kursi. It's bigger than the whole universe. The universe becomes like a tiny ring, and the kursi like a giant desert. Then the comparison from Allah's kursi to His throne, again, now suddenly the kursi is the tiny ring, and the throne is the giant desert. Now this proportion thing is important because the next part it comes up and it says how mighty and how majestic and how amazing is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is something I really invite you to learn about the Arabic language and then learn about this verse. It's called Ayatul Kursi, the verse of the chair. Not throne, arsh is throne. From this, we're able to gain at least an introduction to the understanding of the beauty of the meaning of the word Allah. The word Allah. You know, we could have a whole program just talking about this word Allah. So amazing is this concept. But let us continue with what we were saying earlier. What it is Allah doesn't do. If you said, could He die? Absolutely, He doesn't do that because He is the all alive. That's one of His attributes, His characteristics, one of His 99 names, as we call it, as Muslims. And as far as could he lie or could he cheat, well, two of his names are Al-Haq, which is absolute truth. He is truth. It doesn't mean he's truthful. He is truth. So obviously there can't be anything as a lie or anything deceptive. Also, he's Adil, which is meaning totally fair and just. Therefore, he could never cheat, and he wouldn't. And when you start to talk about some of the things about Allah and you're comparing him to the creation, this will boggle your mind, and it makes people nuts. I'll give you the example. If somebody say, can Allah do anything? God, can he do anything? And somebody will say, yeah, why not? Then they'll say, can he make a rock so big that nothing can move it? And yeah, sure, why not? He can make a rock so big nothing can move it. But now you're going to have a problem. Because if he can't move it, that's something he can't do. And how will you answer that? What the Muslim will say is, Allah doesn't make stuff like humans do, and he doesn't move stuff like humans do. He can make a rock so big that nothing in the creation can ever move it. But for him, everything is by command. He says, kun fayakun, be and it is. And that's when the rock takes form and shape. And when he says move, it moves. And he doesn't move things like you and I with a fulcrum and a lever and a mass and no. This is something for Allah that he does as he wills. And he is capable of doing whatever he wills to do. So don't compare him to the creation. You don't get in a problem like that. And don't put him in the creation. And you don't run into these problems in concept. Allah is mighty and above all that he's created. A beautiful concept, a beautiful teaching in Islam. And for more about that, visit our website, beautiesofislam.com. And until next time, peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Islam is peace.